Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a code pipeline, and with this code pipeline we'll use it to upload software codes to S3 buckets. With the code pipeline I'm going to create the S3 link as well. Let's start from here. I have code pipeline in my recently visited services, but if you don't, just come here and search for code pipeline. So here is your code pipeline. Now code pipeline is like a CI service in AWS, which you can use to link your code from your repository to your AWS account, and you can have them hosted on your S3 buckets and all. So here is my code pipeline. So you can see I don't have any code pipeline running at the moment, so I have to create pipeline. So here, let me just give it a name. I could just call it testing 1. You can give it any name you want. Let me just give it testing 1. Okay, so here is telling me to choose an existing service. That's if I have. So I'm going to do new service role. Now what this will do is that it's going to create a role for this pipeline, which will make it to operate in your account. So it's like an IAM role you get that will be used to be able to link whatever you want to do here. So if you have an existing role, you could choose, but I'm creating new. So this is a default generated name. I could change the name to whatever I want, but I will just leave it this way. Allow AWS CodePipeline to create a service role, yes, so it can be used with the new pipeline, which is what I have allowed here. When you come here, the advanced, I'm going to leave it default. This default means you can see it says use the default artifact store designated in the same region and account as pipeline. Yes, if you want to do a custom location, you can choose it, but I'm going to use this default. The same thing with the management key. So I'm going to use default. So the next thing is I'm going to go next. Now it's telling me to choose the source of my code. So choose source. Now I'm going to choose GitHub version 2. So here is how I'm going to connect my GitHub account to this AWS account. So come here, go to connect to GitHub. That's if you have not connected before, but in my own case, I have connected before. So okay, let's just go with that. Okay, so if you have not connected, so let's name our connection. Let me just name the connection testing 1 as well. You can name it any name you're fine with. So testing 1 wants to connect to the GitHub. You click connect to GitHub. So this will take you to a place where you'll be able to do authentications. So here is it. Here is saying I should choose, because I have actually because I have once upon a time used this account to connect with my GitHub repo, GitHub account rather. That's why it's showing me this. This is my GitHub username. However, if you have not done it before, you just come here, you go to install a new app. So when you click this, it will redirect you to a place where you can choose your GitHub account and then you do the authentication. But I'm not going to do this because I've done it before. This is the account I'm using. So let's go back. So because I've done it before, I'll just choose it here. This is the account. So go, then connect. So I've connected the the code pipeline name with my GitHub account. So the repo I want to use, which of my repo am I creating this code pipeline for? I think there's a job I have here, DevOps project 1, something like that. Okay, I'm going to use this. Okay, this is one of my repo anyways. DevOps project 1 app code. Okay, so on this code I have just one branch, main. So if you have other branches, it's going to list them here. Then you can choose which branch you want to use to do this connection. It means whenever you have code or anything updated on that very branch, is going to trigger running here. So I'm going to use my main branch, change detection, start the pipeline on. Now if you untick this, it means you always come to this account to trigger a run. So I don't want to do that because that would be like a manual thing. So I take it for automatic. So whenever you push anything to your GitHub repo, it automatically reflects here. I'll use the default for this. Then I'll go to the next. Now I'm going to skip this place. Now I will still do another video where I'm going to use this. Then we're going to be using, we won't be using S3, probably we'll be using AWS Elastic Beanstalk. But for now, I'm going to skip the build stage. So I'm going to skip it. Yes, I'm skipping this. The reason I'm skipping that is once you activated that, then you have to create a YAML file and all of that. So I'm going to do that in another video, not this video. So it's telling me to choose a deployed provider. So I'm going to choose S3 for this. So in the next video, I'm probably going to do a video where we're going to use this Elastic Beanstalk. If you know about AWS services, you should know what Elastic Beanstalk can help you do and all that. But let's just go with S3 Bucket. I just want to keep this video simple. So of course I'm using this default region. The bucket I'm going to be using and all. So okay, I created this bucket, DevOps project 001. So it's an empty bucket at the moment. So I'm going to push. So I'm going to use this bucket S3 key. I'm going to just going to skip that. I'm going to click this extract file before deploy. This is good. So all right. So now that's it. So this is a review of the settings I've selected. So once I create this, once I click create pipeline, it will start creating the pipeline. The only place I skipped was this build stage. So it will start you will see the whole thing now and it will deploy it. So create. So immediately you see it has started this. You can see in progress is already connecting to the source of my code, which is the repo. So once this connection is completed, it will go to deployment straight. So this, okay, you can see green. So everything is succeeded. And for you to be sure that this has been done perfectly, let me just go and check my S3 bucket, where I sent those codes to. So where's my S3 bucket? Okay, and this is the very bucket we chose. So you can see these are the codes. You can see the timing. This is just when I did this. So for us to, so now we have all the codes in that for that repository. This is actually the repository I used. You can see all the codes here are here already. Now for us to be sure, I will trigger something now and you will see how it's going to reflect on the code pipeline. So I have this very code on my local machine. Okay, this is the code here. It's one of the project I'm working on at the moment. So let me just, okay, so this is the code. So what I just want to do is, okay, let me just do something around this very file. This is one of the files of the code, this argo manifest. Let me just do something, at least. Okay, git status, let me see, git status. Okay, it shows that something has been modified in this file. So let me git add. Git add. Then let me git commit it. Let me just say argo cd underscore manifest dot YAML file edited. So that's just the commit message. So I've done that. So let me just clear screen again. Let me just git push. Let me push the code. Now I've pushed the code. When you come here, now let me go to my code pipeline and you see how the effect will take place immediately. Code pipeline. You see just now. You see just now. So whatsoever I've done there, it has already taken place immediately here. So it's because the push wasn't that much. So if it were to be a push that would take like 10 seconds or a minute, it will take the time. You can see. So the last commit that was done as reflected here. And if you check my GitHub, you'll see that commit here, which is config, where is it? Okay, 1 minute ago, you can see. So the moment the commit is made there, it's reflecting here. And this is the simplest of it when it comes to using code pipeline. It could get more complex than this when you need to start trying to use it for a real DevOps activities like building your code, deploy YAML file and all of that. I'm going to do another video which will cover all of that, but this is just for the simple way to use AWS code pipeline. And don't forget to empty your S3 bucket, because you might be incurring some charges. So I'm going to empty my bucket, except you really want to keep it. But if it is just for practice, try and empty. Just click here, empty. So it's going to ask me if I want to delete permanently, and I will type that permanently. So it's going to empty everything, empty. So for you to be sure, let's just go back to that bucket. There's it. You can see it's empty. So that's it, guys.